Hey guys, well, here's my next little project for the day. Maybe some of you maybe some of you have one of these models here, an S-150 Bobcat. Well, I'm in a sea of Bobcats, and they put me way out in the back because I'm gonna be doing some cutting. Don't want to damage those new ones. So what's going on with this thing is that these tapered holes, bores here, get really wallered out and they get really beat up. And so how do you fix that, right? This is a built-in cast piece that seems to have no good fix to it, but they actually have a replacement or an upgrade to it. Not upgrade, but a repair procedure. And what it is just a tapered bore sleeve that we will cut out, machine, line bore that, slide this guy in there, weld it up. So this is pretty cool. Easy little job. Well, I shouldn't say easy, they're all kind of tough. So what we'll end up doing is trying to torch out a hole there so I can slide that boring bar in there and machine it out, stick it in there. You'll see. Lots to do. All right, so stick around and we'll get to fixing this baby. Get the torches out.
The hoses?
Yeah. We're gonna use my big torch. I need you to sand the ends of those arms just right there, just so we can have a slick surface so I can paint, draw on it. Just slick it up, get the paint off it pretty much. That way I can draw on it.
Would you like here?
No, just around this corner here. That's all I need. Alright, so one of the things I like to do, I hadn't done one of these in a long time, but just get an idea of where this guy will be. So I just mark it in there. The bad part is that these marks are going to come off because it's going to be burnt off with a torch. But let me try and see if I can mark it with a silver pencil. Not really. Okay, so either way, my whole goal is I'm going to use a torch so that I can fit my boring bar in there. My boring bar is 1.25 inches. And so I'm going to get a washer to see if I have one about the size of 1.25 inches, and I have to torch out from here that way into this side over here, into this taper, and all the stuff will be pouring out at me. But I just need enough room to put that bar in there. Same thing over here. Both sides. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be very serrated, a lot of scarfing. I mean, just serrated. It's not a good cut. It's a very tough cut, but it'll allow me to put that bar in there, and then the bar will machine out those serrations, and it should be okay. And I've had before to where I've accidentally cut too deep into it, but that's fine, right? This guy slides in there and it works. You weld around the perimeter and you're good. So let's see how smooth this one comes out. All right, let's get started. Okay, so I got this washer. It's 1.5 inches, but I'll just cut on the inside and just eyeballing it pretty close to make sure that it's pretty centered. Something like that. So that gives me an idea how far out I need to go to let that bar fit in there. So let's see if I can cut that out. Bad part is the wind is coming at me, so that's not going to be any fun. But either way, let me cut that out. easier than I thought. Okay. Okay, so I did get pretty low in there. Hopefully that's still within the diameter, but if not, it's all weldable. So next site. It's gonna be a little tougher. Get the boring bar out from under the machine. Right side. See how I did there. Go ahead and try and knock it out. Oh, there you go. Boop. No?
Not quite.
Don't hit your hand on the end of that.
That was quite uncomfortable.
That'll burn you real fast. There you go. All right, that one turned out a little better. I don't know if it's 1 1/4 though, so we'll have to see. Oh, cutting it close. I may have to make another pass. Let me do that just in case.
Look inside that hole.
Like right over here, where you can see inside there. Close enough. All right, well that looks really good now, except for that part right there. The torch was a little hungry and a little bit more than it should have. So this side should get away with it. Should be all right, not so bad. We tested the bar that it goes through. Go ahead and grab the bar. And we'll slide it through, and then we'll mount our bearings on each end of this deal here. See, now it's very challenging to get exactly the center, but once we got a little bit of play there to kind of get it pretty close. I mean, if the attachment was still working with all that slop in it, this is going to be great, especially since that there's going to be a very parallel or sorry, it's going to be in line. It's going to be a perfect setup. There's plenty of slop in the cylinder and then everything else, so it'll be fine for those machinist viewers. So anyway, so what I was going to do is build that up a little bit, that wear out spot, build that up just a little so that I can bore it out, and you know, hopefully it covers it up. But that's the next step. Weld that up, mount the bearing, bore it out. Okay. Okay, so I got the set of bearings. This is going to go in there. This is going to go over there. Now you think, man, oh man, there's a lot of bearings. Yeah, unfortunately, this small bar tends to flex. And especially with interrupted cuts like those, it's going to be really hard on the machine, on the bar itself. So, then there's another set of you that may say, well, it's not centered. It didn't center it in the hole. No, I didn't. That's going to be close. That's going to have to be close enough. Like I mentioned, these do have a little bit of tolerance. Everything has a tolerance, and I'm not out so far that it's going to be measurable to say with the bucket or those arms. All these are all wore out. Everything's wore out, and besides, everything has a little bit of play, just like that. So it will work. Okay, so let me get those tacked up and then we'll start cutting. All right, so that was an awful lot of stuff here all at once, but now we got that lined up. The bore does not give me a lot of clearance with these little pads facing inwards, so it's gonna be cutting it real close. But you know, I eyeballed it using my good eye to figure out, go centered this way. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right, so, oh man, I'm glad I saw that. This guy needs to protrude out a little bit more. But now next is setting up the tool, making the first pass. First pass again is going to be really rough. It's going to be very jagged and very hard on the tool. I use a carbide insert, not insert, carbide tooling, and so hopefully that'll withstand the interruptions. And then we'll, you know, just keep going until it smooths out. And once it smooths out, we'll cut it to the bore of the size of that. And it doesn't really have to be a press fit either. Just, you know, maybe a light hammer tap fit is good enough. But you don't want to put any external stresses on this outer piece of cast, right? You don't want it to cause so much tension pushing outwards that it wants to crack. So just maybe 1/1000th clearance under or so, really close. And even if it slides, that's fine. Weld it up, it'll work. All right, so that's what we're doing next. Okay, so this, if you look really closely, you can still see the silhouette of the hole that I need to make. Now, granted, it's not centered exactly, right? But I at least need to make it round. So we'll do that. We'll make a cut on that all the way around. And that way we can get at least something somewhat smooth. So then we take some measurements from there. This is a very aggressive bite. See it? Yep. Well, we finally got done with that one. That's an awful lot of hole to cut out. Look how much material's there. And look at our next hole over here. That's a lot to cut out. It took 4 passes. I got some pretty heavy passes on this thing. This little guy is pretty strong. I mean, look at that. Pretty good. And that's shaving, of course, per side. So pretty strong little unit, just slow. So anyway, now I'm gonna do that side, and I won't bore you with that. So I'm just gonna high speed that and be done. That way I can, I'll show you the welding, right? But that way I can be done with this. All right, let's keep going. That'll do it right there. 2 thousandths under. Just a little tap. Honey.
Ja.
Almost there, last pass. And turns out it's quitting time for these guys, so I gotta hurry and weld around the perimeter of that. So things are looking okay. I'm just a bit rushed now. So we're almost there, got our umbrellas all put up, everything except for what we need. And then hopefully the measurement comes out right. So hang tight, you'll see if it fits or not. All right. So interestingly enough, I built that one up and that worked out good, but then I completely didn't see that guy there. So now it's the what is it? Face of truth. Let's see if it fits. Where are those sleeves?
Sleeves? Oh yeah.
Let me set you down and see if they fit in there. Hold on a second. That way. Taper goes inward. Yes. too snug, and I don't want to press. The die grinder. Good enough. Okay, now let me weld it. Alright guys, so I was very rushed because they're closing. So these are the weld passes. Just I should have let my son do the hammering because I was a lot shaky. But that one there, that one there, the last one there. Now we just go over it with a flap disc, clean it all up, make it look like it never happened. So at least now you know how it's done. And hopefully you learned something. Maybe you learned what not to do, right? But either way, this is done. Customer's gonna be happy. Got parallel holes. You know, who knows? Maybe this arm was bent and that one was bent, and that's what caused these pins to wear out, right? It's so hard to say. But now it's almost like a brand new end, and it's relaxed position. So it should last them a lot longer. I mean, poor little thing is a pretty old little machine, but it will live to fight another day. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. My son's gonna clean this up and we'll head out.